Welcome to the video on scenarios in Bloomreach engagement. Scenarios are a great way to connect with your customers at any point of their journey. They allow you to automate your communication and create a true omni-channel experience. In this video, we will look at how to create and edit scenarios in Bloomreach engagement. First, to create a scenario, navigate to Campaigns, Scenarios, and click Create New. A scenario is a set of nodes connected to a flow easily created using drag and drop. There are three types of nodes you can use to build a scenario. Triggers, which define when should the scenario start. Actions, which are executed by the scenario. And operators that change the way customers move through the scenario flow. Let's first of all have a look at triggers, so the nodes that start the scenario. The scenario can become active at the point you manually start the scenario, on a specific date and time, or you can have recurring scenarios. For example, every Wednesday at 12 p.m., Bloomreach engagement will automatically start the logic and send the campaign to all the customers who successfully flow through the conditions in the scenario. Or the scenario can be triggered by specific events. For example, when somebody makes a purchase, they trigger the scenario which automatically sends them a confirmation of their purchase. Next, operators change how customers move through the flow. Most common operator is the condition node, which allows you to specify which customers should be targeted. For example, the scenario could be targeting only people within a specific geolocation or people who made 2 purchases within a given time frame. Just add your conditions to the filter and hit save. This node will function as a gate and will stream customers who match the specified condition through the green input connector and customers who don't match through the red output connector. You can also add the wait node, which will cause the customer to have to wait for a specified amount of time before they are streamlined down the scenario flow again. Or you can choose the optimal send time option, which allows you to send the campaigns to individual customers at the time when they are most likely to click your email. Learn more about detailed definitions of all of the nodes in the documentation. Lastly, we need to define the actions that we want to take, so the actual outputs of the scenario. Simply drag and drop the action node to the canvas and customize their content. For example, the scenario can send an email or SMS or both to the customers. It can also update your Facebook or Google audience with the matched customer details or send push notifications with the specified content to the customer's mobile phone or web browser. All you need to do is join the components together into a scenario flow. Your options for use cases are endless. You can find some examples in our separate documentation section. Now we will go through an example of a simple scenario, which is the abandoned cart, a use case that reminds the customer about the forgotten items in their cart and aims to incentivize the purchase. First, add the trigger, which in this case can be a cart update event. Let's add a wait operator so the customer is not reminded immediately, but in a few hours. Then, add a condition operator, so the scenario targets only customers who put the items in the cart but did not make a purchase. Lastly, select the action, so how you want to target the individual customer and customize its content. Join the components together and your scenario is ready for execution. Before launching the scenario, you can preview how customers are predicted to flow through the nodes based on the conditions you defined. After clicking on the Start button of your scenario, a Confirm Scenario Execution window appears. Here it shows how many customers will be affected by the scenario. If you use the trigger now, the scenario will be immediately triggered. You can modify the scenario components anytime you like. Once the scenario is active, you can open the Evaluate tab to see how customers are actually passing through the flow in real time. Here, you can access all the key metrics for evaluating your campaign. For instance, the out-of-the-box dashboard, email performance metrics, and more.